welcome to the channel. Today we are diving deep into one of the most beautiful unifications in modern physics, the Electroweak Theory. Yes, the name of the theory is Electroweak Theory. You know, in the 20th century, by the contribution of James Clerk Maxwell, four elegant equations were merged together. Actually, by his contribution, the electricity and magnetism both were combined together and a new theory came into existence known as electromagnetism. So that time four equations were available. Gauss's law for electricity, Gauss's law for magnetism, Faraday's law of induction, and Ampere's circuital law. So what did James Clerk Maxwell do actually? He corrected Ampere's law, Ampere's circuital law. There was a problem with Ampere's circuital law. He corrected that and then combined all the four equations. And that way, merging of electricity and magnetism became possible. And a new theory came into existence known as electromagnetism. Similar problem was there with electricity and weak nuclear force. You know, weak nuclear force in case of radioactive decay, weak nuclear force is there. In case of radioactive decay. Anyway, so the name of the force is known to you, weak nuclear force, and electricity is another force. Actually, those two forces are these two sides of the same cosmic coin. So physicists tried to solve the problem. Means what they actually desired to unify these two theories, electricity and the weak nuclear force. And their efforts gave us the result, Electroweak Theory. Anyway, in the 1960s, three physicists, Sheldon Glashow, Salam, and Stephen Weinberg, they gave us one theory known as Electroweak Theory. And according to their theory, is what? There are force carriers like W plus, W minus, and Z0 bosons. They are massive force carriers. Again, one more force carrier is there, that is photon. So all these things are force carrier. All these things are force carriers. So means that W plus, W minus, Z0 together in short they are known as W and Z bosons. And also photon. But there was one problem. What was the problem? Problem is that photon is massless. This is known to you. But W and Z bosons are massive. They are massive, but photon is massless. So how this unification is possible? Is this correct or not? So there was doubt regarding this theory. But this was actually a mathematical prediction. Their theory was completely mathematical. And this is their mathematical prediction. And this follows the symmetry AC to U1 symmetry. Means this electroweak interaction. Anyway, so I was talking about what is the reason behind this. W and Z bosons are massive, but photon is massless. So, according to them, Higgs field exists. Higgs field actually permeates all of space. And when particles interact with a Higgs field, they gain mass. So here in this case, W and Z bosons interact with Higgs field. While moving through the Higgs field, they interact with the Higgs field and they are slowed down. And their slowing down, gives rise to mass. That way they actually gain mass, W and Z bosons. But the particles, photon, means I am talking about photon particles. While moving, photon particles do not interact with the Higgs field. So since photon particles do not interact with the Higgs fields, therefore they gain no mass. So they remain massless. So this is the reason behind this masslessness of photon and the mass gained by W and Z bosons. So according to that three physicists, Glashow, Salam and Stephen Weinberg, they said that in the early universe, just after the Big Bang, at that time, all these two forces, electricity and the weak nuclear force, were actually unified force, only one force. Later, they separated from each other. But in the very beginning of the universe, that is the Big Bang, that time they were unified. And the same thing, their predictions were made in the 1960s, but recently, just a few years back, in 2012, all these things were experimentally verified at CERN's Large Hadron Collider. Yes, all these things all means their theory. And during verification, one more thing, scientists came to know, that is the Higgs boson. Higgs boson was discovered. That means, what are the things which are correct? All the things, all the predictions of them, existence of Higgs field, okay, then existence of W plus W minus and Z0 bosons, or in short W and Z bosons, their unification, their merging, and one new thing was discovered, that is the existence of Higgs boson. Okay, so this is what? This is electroweak theory. But right now, physicists are trying to solve another problem. They are trying for grand unification. Okay, they are trying for grand unification. That means they are trying to merge electroweak theory and what? And strong nuclear force. That means what? They are trying to merge electricity, weak nuclear force, electricity, weak nuclear force, and strong nuclear force together. And also one more thing they are trying to merge with the same, and that is gravity. So the new theory is known as grand unification theory, and this is still incomplete. Scientists are trying to solve the puzzle. Actually, the puzzle was in electroweak theory. The puzzling thing was what? Puzzling thing was photon was massless, but W and Z bosons were massive. That was the main puzzle while solving while predicting the electroweak theory. Electroweak means electricity plus weak nuclear force. Combined name is electroweak. Okay. Anyway, so this was all about today's topic, and if you found this video fascinating, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. And this is the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video.